I am Albert from Dressing Up English. As you can see, I have once again purposefully dressed myself up. Around my neck, you see a necklace. Now, normally I do not wear a necklace, but today I will. I am like a walking English lesson. Did you notice that in my talk I use the ly word purposefully and the ly sentence opener normally? Hey, I even included a simile, like a walking English lesson. Hey, if you want to learn these concepts, you must use them every day and often. So today, I am a walking English lesson, and I have my quality adjective around my neck. Quality adjectives are quite simple to use when dressing up your daily conversations. Let me start with a sentence. Let's look at the picture to create that sentence. So I'll give you just a second to look at that picture. And here's the sentence. The man walks with a cane on the sidewalk, thinking about loneliness. So the first thing you need to know about adjectives is that adjectives describe nouns. Or in other words, adjectives describe persons, places, things, or ideas. And what are these persons, places, things, or ideas in this sentence? Well, we ask some questions. What is the person in this sentence? A man. So man is the noun. What is the place in this sentence? A sidewalk. So sidewalk is the noun. What is the thing in this sentence? A cane. So cane is the noun. And what is the idea in this sentence? Loneliness. Loneliness. This kind of noun is the most difficult to find because it's an idea. It is not something that we can readily see. We can see a man. We can see a sidewalk. We can see a cane. But what does loneliness really look like? What do we see? For example, I can be lonely, but even though I am lonely, I smile, I play, I participate, but deep inside, I am lonely and feeling loneliness. We have now identified the four nouns in the sentence: man, cane, sidewalk, and loneliness. Now we can start adding quality adjectives. So we ask the question, what kind of man is this man? And I've come up with 6 answers. He is an old man. He is an elderly man. He is a gray-haired man. He is a lonely man. He is a disabled man. And he is a well-dressed man. So many different ways to describe the man in the picture. Now let's go on to the second noun, cane. What kind of cane is he using? It's a wooden cane. It's a metal cane. It's a well-used cane. It's an old cane. It's an worn-out cane. It's a strong cane. Once again, there are so many ways to describe the cane. All we need to do is close our eyes and imagine. Let's move on to the third noun, sidewalk. And what kind of sidewalk is in this picture? And certainly, it is a city sidewalk. It is a busy sidewalk. It is a narrow sidewalk. It is a cobblestone sidewalk. It is a peaceful sidewalk. It is an uneven sidewalk. And once again, there are plenty of adjectives to choose from. And finally, let's describe loneliness, the fourth noun. What kind of loneliness is the man feeling? It is a sad loneliness. It's an unbearable loneliness. It's a secret loneliness. It's an indescribable loneliness. It's a terrible loneliness. It's a bitter loneliness. So in this sentence, there are 4 nouns. And we have found 6 adjectives to describe each of those nouns. That's a total of 24 adjectives. And there are many, many, many more. According to answers.com, that's an internet site, there are at least 100,000 adjectives in the English language. Now, I don't believe everything that the internet says, but I do know that there are a lot of adjectives in the English language. Wow! If it is 100,000 adjectives, that's a lot of adjectives. Now, just a small but very important side note here. Increasing your vocabulary is hard work. There are just so many words to choose from. But the point is that you must work hard to learn new words in their context. Do you know why I started with a picture? Because the picture gives me a context and helps me to choose the right adjectives and to help me remember those words in that specific context. It helps me to experience the words with my eyes, my ears, my nose, my tongue, my fingers, the 5 senses. Back to the original sentence. The man walks with a cane on the sidewalk, thinking about loneliness. This is how you would mark a quality adjective. The elderly man walks with a cane on the sidewalk, thinking about loneliness. So, as you can see, I mark elderly in red. That shows that I made a change. In this case, I added a dress up. And then I mark the end of the sentence with QA. That means I added a quality adjective dress up. And I will follow the same procedure for the next 3 sentences. The man walks with a worn-out cane on the sidewalk thinking about loneliness. See how I've marked it? Then the next one. The man walks with a cane on the narrow sidewalk thinking about loneliness. And finally, the man walks with a cane on the sidewalk thinking about secret loneliness. Each sentence is now dressed up by adding a quality adjective. And that quality adjective is now easily identified by its markings in red. The adjective itself is marked in red, and at the end of each sentence, I have written QA, also in red, to identify that quality adjective. Now, imagine if I had dressed up that sentence with 4 quality adjectives. The elderly man walks with a worn-out cane on the narrow sidewalk, thinking about secret loneliness. Wow, what a picture! That's what quality adjectives do. They create wonderful pictures, wonderful dressed up pictures.